Thank you, Singapore Business Review, for honoring Kuok Group Singapore with the Technology Excellence Award for our Enterprise Private GPT initiative. My sincere thanks to the SBR Committee for this wonderful recognition. This award belongs to our AI, data team, our maritime colleagues, and everyone that embraced this change at Kuok Group. Over the past year, we launched Kaiba, Kuok AI virtual assistant, to simplify tasks like drafting communications, analyzing complex data within a secured environment. In our maritime division, we introduced Octopus, which processed millions of pages of vessel technical manuals to deliver engineers' technical team exactly what they need, boosting productivity dramatically. We harness hybrid solutions, blending cloud and open source. Moving forward, we have an exciting roadmap for agentic chatbots that will redefine how our team collaborate. We are grateful for this recognition and really very inspired by the opportunities ahead. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Kuok GPT is a product that we will be continuously developing, especially in the area of training our internal knowledge. Even at this point, we have already seen tangible benefits based on the foundational AI capabilities. So examples of productivity gains are like content creation, where we help our employees to draft their emails, to do their report outlines, to generate ideas, and even refine their text. And the other benefit we see is for summarization and general analysis. So for summarization, we use it for summarizing long documents. Even for contracts, we can actually use it for summarization without going through a very extensive reading. And then the other fundamental usage of this Kuok GPT is in terms of just the expert for them to ask questions on general concepts and technical terms. So that's the short term, or that's the benefit that we are getting right now. And I think moving forward, as we ingest more and more Kuok's specific data, we think that in the long run, it will actually revolutionize the way we access internal information. We will have one place where everybody can query all the internal repositories, may it be policies, projects, or even some of the standard procedures that we store can be accessed from one place. And then we will also elevate the content generation side with all these internal contexts. The quality of the generated content will be much better with our internal context. And then, of course, it can then, with Kuok's data, provide deeper insights to whatever questions they are asking by merging the different data sources together to give a very good and contextualized answer. And then finally, of course, we would envision that Kuok GPT will also support us in our agentic journey with all the information that is being provided and fed into the Kuok GPT. It can help our users improve their workflows by giving the right decisions or recommendations based on Kuok's standard and procedures. I think the challenges related to the adoption of our GPT is really to shift our employees from their existing process and habit to using the GPT as part of their process. So I think the way we overcome this is really, we did a lot of promotions and education for the employees and demonstrating a lot of use cases for them. And I think the other thing that we think is an important thing to address is really their skills around querying the GPT to get good answers. So for good quality answers, they need to know how to prompt the GPT correctly. And we also provide some broad-based training around how to do prompt engineering properly so that they can get good quality answer. And I think the other challenge is maybe around the trust and also managing the expectations. I think we are very transparent in what kind of data we feed into our GPT, and we are also educating the users on what kind of things will not work that well with our Kuok GPT. So I think that transparency helps to drive adoption as well. And I think on the other part of the GPT that we have is around RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation adoption. For this part, it's all around data privacy. So we want to make sure that specific information is only available to specific group of employees. And we also want to make sure that the data quality is good, because RAG requires very good data input so that you can get the relevant and right data output. The other challenge, one of the challenges that many of the organizations are facing is really to measure the ROI of the AI. I think for that, we actually give ourselves a little bit more time. So even for year one, we are seeing some initial traction, but we will be looking at a longer horizon to look at the returns on the investment of Kuok GPT. The main advantage of a private GPT is really data privacy, and we have everything within our control. We control, in a way, we manage the infrastructure that the solution sits on. We know exactly where the data is being stored, and we know when we want to push the data. So I think that part gives a lot of assurance for our users to use it, to be able to upload sensitive documents, to do summarizations and things like that. So that is the biggest advantage of a private one. And I think we have the ability also to customize the interface to meet the needs of our users. And we can also incorporate a few of those more localized controls into the systems for us to deliver the function that the users are expecting. And I think the best thing about having this private GPT is that we can actually train it with our own data, and we can actually make it work in the way that we want with a Kuok standards. So it actually gives us something more relevant to our own organization. Finally, I think one good point that we see is also the ability to track the usage. So we keep anonymized data of what people ask so that we can learn from the use cases and share with more people. This is a very powerful external validation and recognition of our company's innovation and technology skills. And I think this is also a very big boost to our team as we are continuously improving it. This will really be a catalyst for us to move the project or the product even faster for the organization. And we also hope that with this award and reputation, it can help us to attract new talents into our organization, and also looking for good partnership with the industry and tech partners to see whether we can actually develop more useful and successful solutions for our business.